Listen up, you blundering fools. It's time for the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. Get all the toy talk your evil hearts could desire from these nincompoops. Jason, Elgin, and Spoody.
Yo, Joe! And welcome to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast, where a group of friends get together to talk about one of our shared loves,
French toast,
and toy collecting. We're here to celebrate how these little colorful pieces of plastic can transform you into a little kid again. And if this is your first time listening to or watching us on YouTube, first of all, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. But you're going to learn soon enough we are not, I said, not toy experts.
Yep. One more.
I didn't change it. Not toy experts. We're just enthusiasts, so we're going to get some of them details wrong. Or all of them.
Yeah. Or just make it up as we go.
Yeah, true. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of details, though, let me introduce everyone. Hi there, I'm Jason, and over there's Elgin.
That's me, I'm over here.
And over there's Spoody.
Hi, I can't remember names, so I have to look them up.
Okay.
My name's Elgin. But
we just said the names.
Yeah, duh.
Yours.
Oh, no, yours, gay.
Ever let a toy slip through your fingers only to regret it for years? And maybe you've helped someone snag a figure they thought they'd never own. In this episode, the crew dives into tales of righting collecting wrongs. From finally tracking down the Holy Grail toy we passed on years ago, to paying it forward and helping a fellow collector score their childhood favorite. We're exploring the best second chances in toy collecting. Tune in as we share stories of redemption, nostalgia, and surprising ways the hunt for the perfect toy can give us all a shot at making things right.
Good karma.
It's
Delicious, ooey gooey karma.
And then Eldon's going to take us on a tour of a toy store later, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And lastly, we'll hear from you guys, our listeners, later with Spoody on your thoughts about today's topic as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow us on all the social media platforms, including Patreon. That's our favorite, one of anyway, of all of them. And all of those links can be found at our website.
I thought you were going to name. For every time, I think you're going to name them all. And it was like, and that one, and that one, and that
We'd
one.
be here all night. Yeah. But you can find all those links at cracktasticplastic.com, our cool website. And while you're surfing the interwebs, be sure to stop by our sponsors page, toyhacks.com, for all your repro label needs. They have an armory where you can get some toy-accurate 3D printed weaponry and tons of amazing sticker sets for your toys. We also have a monthly contest that Elgin's going to tell you all about.
Every month we post a picture to our social media pages, and you get to comment, and then we get to pick that comment, and then you get to win $5 from Toy Hacks. It's a coupon, really, but you can spend it at Toy Hacks. So be sure you comment so that you can win $5.
It sounds so easy.
It's very easy. All you have to do is, if you can type, you can win.
All right. But right now, let's talk about what toys we've picked up lately in a segment we call Thrill of the Hunt.
Listen up, you fools. If anyone knows more about searching for the most unique items in the world, it's me, Cobra Commander. In my reign as Cobra's leader, I have acquired countless items, but those meddling Joes have foiled my attempt at worldwide domination over and over again. But it's the thrill of the hunt that fuels my superb rule of Cobra. Pay attention to my loyal subordinates as they tell you of their latest exploits and acquisitions. It's the thrill of the hunt, Cobra!
Elgin, you got to stretch out that snapper before you get snapping.
I know. I think I'm getting arthritis.
Oh,
actually.
no. From just playing with toys so much.
That's it. That's what I'm getting it from. Not age.
Oh, good. Good to hear. Well, speaking of old people, Spoody, what do you got? What have you picked up lately, pal?
He is older than I am.
I know, me too.
What? Yeah, you are older than him.
Oh.
I got a couple. I only got a few.
What?
Huh?
I mean, I probably have more, but
I brought enough for
I brought
4
enough.
people.
It's I see what you guys bring.
They're all in transit right now.
Oh, yeah, he's fun.
Yeah. I got a couple beast machines. I got Snarl,
You're really on a Beast Machines kick right now.
I've
so
been
cool.
finding them cheap. So he is complete with his little tail sword thinger.
Careful, there may be GPS.
Is that his name?
Nope.
Oh, the gold plastic.
Gold
Oh.
plastic syndrome. That should be an episode coming up soon.
I'm trying to think if I have any gold plastic stuff.
Yeah, he's pretty. He's got the translucent in there blue. Doesn't have the vac metal necessarily like a lot of Beast Machines do, but
Yeah.
the way they integrate that clear blue is just neat.
What's
So-
his name?
Snarl.
Snarl. Huh? Is he like
Yeah,
a
from the
he's
Lion
like a
King.
lion
Yeah.
of some kind?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I also got this Beast Machines skydive, where his butt is his head.
What?
But
I mean, it's his tail, really,
Oh.
but it's kind of.
oh
Like
man,
his butt.
if the other one was called Beavis, you'd have a set.
And he's got some clear plastic issues, like the back of his legs there. So-
Skydive?
Skydive.
I do like that bluish purple, the purplish blue maybe, and then that orange.
Yeah, that
And gray.
orange is
And
pretty
he has
nice.
a little bit of like an action feature in that, like his head's kind of like got a spring thing, but doesn't really work so well. The bird head that's on his back.
But he's pretty, man. Soup's pretty.
It doesn't really do anything in that mode, but
It does this.
yeah,
They can't tune into YouTube.
If you can,
Action packed.
yeah. He's got this long finger too. It's like a finger longer.
Speaking of long fingers,
Uh-huh.
this guy has long arms. This is a Beast Wars Spittor.
He's popular with the ladies.
Oh.
He is clear plastic, all like
It's a lot
of
translucent.
it.
Purpley?
Translucent blue.
Is he like a poison frog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So please don't transform him.
Or lick him.
Or lick him,
Oh,
yes.
oh.
I mean, do what you gotta do.
Wouldn't it be funny
Go on.
if Hasbro put poison into these?
That would be
and
so hilarious.
they're like, well, we just tried to make it as real as possible with these poison arrow frogs, so we just integrated poison into the plastic. Hey, kids, don't lick it. Lick.
But the cool thing that I got is the alternate universe Optimus Prime, which comes in a
That's a box.
sweet box that's sweet
Lie, that's a box.
that opens up.
Oh.
Kind of like his chest normally does, and so it's
Poptimus I'm, because it's alternate.
It's dead Optimus Prime.
Oh.
And he comes on the trailer, and like even like actually attaches to it. So there's a hole there.
He attaches
And
to
the pig.
The dead guy attaches to a dead trailer.
Yeah.
I can't see.
But it's
anything.
the
So sad.
Siege, is it?
Yeah.
I can't
Mold?
remember which one's
The
which.
Siege mold?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's got the little weird.
Weird wipers.
No. Never mind.
The other one's got like some forearm thing that's weird.
What? I couldn't hear you into the mic there, Josh.
The other one's got some like weird forearm
Oh,
things going on.
But that's cool.
Yeah.
They make
over,
them
Prime.
dead action figures.
Yeah. But it's Optimus Prime.
I
Really
mean,
replay
he
the
could have
movie.
lived. He just gave up.
Yeah, quitter.
I mean, if you had to hang out with Bumblebee.
Does this get me out of Bumblebee duty? Yes, I'm out.
Like, peace out, bro.
Nice.
That's all I
Spooks.
have.
Awesome. All right, Elgin.
All right, me.
Yes, you. How about you?
Yes, me.
Is there another Elgin?
No, because
look
I've
around.
killed them all because it's like Highlander.
Good.
Oh, okay.
As it should be.
Could be only one. Anyway, I have some Masters of the Universe toys, and
No.
and a special thing as well. But I'll talk about the Motu stuff first. So I've been going through the CGI He-Man and the Masterverse. Those are words. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe show
Really?
figures.
He got excited.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is the newer Netflix. I think it's 2021.
Two.
Yeah, 2021 show that came out on Netflix, basically for kids. And then they put out a
Loved
toy
it.
line for kids, but no kids bought them because
Aren't they
kids
all
don't
for kids?
because kids don't. Well, the
kids
Masterverse
suck.
stuff is more toward adult collectors, I think.
I mean, all the toys, though.
Yeah, but they're all toys. They should all be for kids, but these are more for kids
Yes.
because they have limited articulation and not a lot of accessories. And I feel like you could throw these around more and they wouldn't break. Let's test that out. So the first one I have is Man at Arms. So this was their version, the first one. This is like wave 1.
Dang.
I was originally not wanting to get this one because it looks ugly.
It
You
looks
and your
like
Man at
Samus
Arms.
from Metroid.
Yes, that's what a lot of people have said.
Yeah.
But he's got this kind of translucent plastic shoulder pad thing, and his mace also has translucent purpley plastic on the top. But yeah, he's very orangey and very Metroid-like.
That's cool.
But his face mask is translucent, so you can kind of see his face and everything. But he does have kind of action-y features where he has like kind of that spring attack, power attack, I think is what they call it. And like,
Does the face mask come off?
it does not come off, which is fine
Yeah.
because, like I said, these are supposed to be for
ugly.
young, yeah, supposed to be for young kids. I did have the other Man at Arms that was like on a motorcycle because those colors looked a little better, and I was like, this one just looks ugly. But I ended up
It's
just
also
getting
like a
it
really
anyway.
like muted orange too.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
not even
Something about
it's-
first wave Man at Arms.
I
with
know
You
it's
think with the bright blue, like the orange would be like brighter. Like
It should
his
be.
hands are. But
yeah, it's weird. It's just I didn't like it basically, so I ended up putting it on my wish list, and I think I got it for Christmas because I didn't really want to
I
buy
don't
it.
wanna buy
I didn't
it.
really want to buy it
like
myself.
it's just off a little.
Yeah,
Pumpkin
that's
Man
the
at
yeah.
Arms.
Anyway, but I'm trying to finish this line,
Yeah.
so it's kind of now I'm like I have one left.
I mean, that's why I have bumblebees at all.
Yeah.
because I have to.
Yeah, that's what it ended up being. Is I have to now get it because I have all these other ones, and now okay. Anyway, so that's Man at Arms. Duncan is his real name. And then I just opened this. So the series lasted 3 seasons, or it has at least 3 seasons on it. It ends on a cliffhanger, so they should have made more, but they didn't. It just got canceled because I don't know why. It was a good show. Anyway, the last season was kind of a Savage Eternia season, so they made some figures for that, which this is one of them. This is the He-Man Savage Eternia one. He does come with a power sword, which looks pretty nice with it. They're all this giant power sword, and all these, the He-Man are like these like giant arms and everything. It's kind
Popeye
of,
arms.
yeah, like a tiny head and everything. When they made the Masterverse figures, they looked a little better because they're a little more in scale, and even the 5.5-inch one that I have that they did on that 4-pack is a little better. But anyway, he's got kind of this kind of gold lion's armor on his shoulder pads, and he has a power sword. And he does come with a little baby
the
cringer.
best part.
The best part, a little, and all these like Savage Eternia ones come with a little figure with them as well. So He-Man has a little baby cringer. Tiger cub, I think, is all they really call it, but it's basically like a baby because he was part of the Tiger tribe in the series, and he grew up with that, not knowing that he was Prince Adam. He was part of this. Thought he was part of this Tiger tribe,
Yeah.
along with Ram Man and Cringer. Anyway, but that's a little. There's no articulation on this little tiger.
That's the best part,
But it's
though.
pretty awesome.
That's so awesome.
And he does come with a power sword, so kind of limited. And he actually doesn't have any like like action features, which is weird. Maybe they stopped doing it in that line, but yeah. And he can't put the sword on his back if he wanted to. So, but he can't actually reach behind it because his arm has no articulation in the elbow. So his arm's like way up here, and you can like, oh, I can kind of grab my sword, but not really. And then continuing on with that Savage Eternia line, they finally showed Hordak in like the very last few seconds of that last episode. So they never really showed him until he just like shows up out of the shadows. He's like, I am your father or something,
Yeah.
He does come with his little extra creature off here. What is this imp? Like a little bat imp that's translucent, sparkly translucent. purple. It has some like
Pretty.
glitter in it within the plastic. But you can put that on his back like he has wings, which I thought was pretty cool.
Looks cool.
And looks better with him like that. And he looks very, I don't know, Nosferatu, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Which is awesome. And within spoilers, within the show, he comes out and is like, he literally does is like, Evelyn, I'm your dad. That's basically
Whoa.
at the and she's like, what?
Credits.
Yeah. And then so they never even like go into that whole thing, and they just ended the series. And like, you had all this to talk about. Anyway, but that's Hordak.
I love that white to red fade on the forearms and then the
Yes,
blue hands.
it's very cool.
Freaking amazing.
And he does kind of have this kind of soft goods kind of, I don't know, cape, I guess, or clothing that's draped around him. And he has these little claw feet and everything too.
Oh man.
They did a great, like, every wave of these figures that came out just got better and better. Paint apps and like how it was designed and everything. Plus they all look like the show,
Yeah.
which is great. Like, you can, if you're watching the show as a kid and you have the figure, you're like, oh yeah, it looks like what I'm watching, which is fun.
Yes. I remember when that was announced and you
Yeah.
were looking at that. It looks so good.
Yeah. And I think I've watched at least, I watched it twice through. I know I've watched it at least once with Ethan, all the episodes.
Yeah.
And I think he wanted to watch it again, but I think we stopped after the first season or something, or second season. It's a good show. Check it out if you can. Well, it's still
So
on
you
Netflix.
got no knees or elbows.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have. With all these figures,
Yeah.
there's not really a lot of articulation. They did make giant figures as well, which I didn't really collect any of those. They're like 12-inch figures,
Whoa.
but they're all the same as the exact same this, but just 12 inches. On very limited what they had. You know, Skeletor, He-Man, Man-Arms, Stratos, I think, ended up being on there. So I'm only missing right now. I think I'm only missing one figure, which is Moss Man. He's part of the Savage Eternia line. However, the only place that sells it is eBay,
Oh.
and the only place that has it is Australia. So I have to get it shipped from Australia and pay Australian prices.
Oh, so you're not getting it. It's what you just said.
Yeah, not currently. I'm not getting it right now. But
Huh.
yeah, I have it like, I keep
Wow.
looking at it on eBay and I'm just like, ugh.
Just do it.
I know, I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
But it's literally the last figure. I think I still need there's a He-Man, the Road Ripper.
But to be complete on a line. Woo,
Yeah, I
that
know. It's so
close.
close. It's very close. Anyway, the last few things I have is I was walking around Walmart and in their clearance section as I usually do, and I spotted this Flash Gordon 2-pack that I was like, oh, that looks cool. So I opened it up and it was only $10
Oh.
clearance, and these are NECA figures. So basically, you get Ming the Merciless figure with these awesome soft goods, very much like the movie. But the face sculpts are more like the comic, so more like Defenders-esque and comic serial figures instead of like the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They did make some movie ones as well, but this 2-pack was more of the comic, but inspired by the movie. So you get him kind of basically head down, all his robes and everything, which are soft goods, and this bright red and sparkly and everything. But
Looks
he still looks
awesome.
great. And then the Flash Gordon is dressed as the movie, but the face sculpt is the comic. And he comes with the giant sword that you see at the end that he gets when he's getting ready to use it, but never really does. And they also gave him the little football egg from that scene. If you remember in the movie, he plays football with this egg thing and knocks out the guards and stuff like that. I just rewatched that movie after I got these figures.
You're like, I'm watching.
I was like, man, I haven't watched it in a long time. It's still great. It's still a cult classic, and just I can hand that to you. But
Nope.
yeah, all the articulation of NECA figures. So you have double elbows, knees, torso, like the ab crunch and all that stuff. So very articulated, but yeah, $10 for a 2-pack.
Oh,
So basically
man.
$5 a figure, and with some
How do you
accessories.
not?
It had some extra hands as well, but I just left the one with Ming with his ring out,
Yeah, it looks-
pointing and stuff like that, because that's probably what I'll end up using it. So, but yeah, it was just I was like, well, $10, I can't not buy it. I mean,
Right.
it was. I don't remember where I bought it. It wasn't. It was in. It wasn't at Ottumwa. It was like. Travel. Oh, it was in Osceola.
Oh.
When I was meeting Lily out there for something to watch her cat because she was going to
$10.
Yeah, $10. We went to,
Dang.
we were cat sitting when she went down to Kansas City to hang out with Jason Shatnick and stuff. So she's like, "Hey, can you watch our cat?" I'm like, "Okay." And then we'll go to the Walmart afterwards.
If I'm doing that, we're at least.
I'm like, and I was telling Ethan, I was like, "Man, I usually just get skunked here all the time because there's usually nothing, and then I find that and I'm like, score." So
that's why you keep going back.
that's why you keep checking those clearance sections.
All right, well, I got a bunch of stuff too. We got some. It's been Prime week a lot. You should see my desk at home. It's just so many Primes. It's crazy. We'll start with the big, best, baddest boy, the Commander class, the new Ultimate Optimus Prime toy. Comes with the trailer. It's really great. So it's a Studio Series 86 Commander class. So it's we all liked the Earth, the War for Cybertron version. Mm-hmm. Amazing. And we thought that was going to be our last Optimus Prime we'll ever need. But then Studio Series 86 is like, no, hold my beer. And so he's even more in scale, probably. He's a little bigger than, your normal deluxes. So the way he just towers over some of the little guys, it's even more awesome. And yeah, just the amazing articulation, and it's got his animation movie colors. You can tell with those white hips and legs, and the cab windows being blue, and yeah,
very cool.
Just an awesome new amazing figure. And so since that's the 40th anniversary of Transformers this year, it's been kind of nuts, and it feels like snowballed. It started kind of slow in the year, but now it's just going crazy. Got another Optimus Prime. It's my favorite wave of toys. This is the retro reissue line that's basically taken the G1 molds and then painted them like the movie and cartoon. So we're playing with the original mold and toy, but they were colors. Yeah, they were painted for toys and stickers and things. This is now painted for the movie, for the cartoon. Cool. So you'll see now, you can just literally tell the difference because of the white bumper and legs, just the way the flatness of the toes there, and just
clear windows.
But he's the original Optimus Prime. He transforms just like the old original Prime. It's probably the 5th, 6th, 10th Prime this year I've got. It's nuts.
So I don't like that there isn't the hole in the trailer.
Yeah, it doesn't do what the old one did. Yep.
Yeah.
But
for the new one,
where you
or
can
the
stick the
40th,
little through.
This is the Commander class, the brand new version. The little robot machine that's on the stand, and it can come out the hole there. But
I mean, do you need it to?
No. Okay. One more Prime. I got
Depends how you want to display your
track fleet. I'm such a big Hot Wheels guy.
You are. You're the biggest Hot Wheels guy I know.
You just call me fat.
Nope.
So this got this Big Bad Toy Store.
Can't call you fat.
No.
You did.
I would never.
But really neat. Just a neat little thing, and to have it literally branded Transformers, to have Optimus made by Hot Wheels. And right now there's a Bumblebee out on shelves, and I just can't freaking find them yet. So when you're about and about,
if I see,
you see another one of these,
there's a Bumblebee.
I'm hardly in the Hot Wheels section.
I know.
Yeah, same.
I feel weird. I almost forget every time. I'm like, oh yeah, I got to go down that aisle because I'm looking for that dang Bumblebee. But
yeah, very rarely. But
the one TikTok guy that does the racing, apparently that doesn't do well.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of Bumblebee and Big Bad Toy Store, I got this special import fan book 2024 Bumblebee. Came with this magazine. It's a catalog.
What's it say?
I can't read it.
Okay.
And then it comes with this translucent clear Bumblebee, who is the same mold as this guy,
But clear.
but completely clear and translucent.
Cool.
Neat little thing, all from some Japanese toy show thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, I spent a minute when it was first announced on Amazon Japan trying to get it through that, but I just still didn't get to it fast enough. Oh, you're going to use your app to translate? Nice.
I mean, so the wheels and like the bumper and stuff's not.
Oh yeah, but
And like the thighs and biceps.
I haven't decided if I'm going to open it.
Yeah.
Just that's the bad part. But he looks obviously just like he does there on the cover. Just a neat little. It wasn't too much, but every year they do one of those, and I missed last year's, and so it just came up on Big Bad Toy Store. So I was like, well, sweet, I'm doing it. It says
This yellow one that says Bumblebee.
okay. Thank you. I'll move on.
Just if you wanted to know.
Well, it's not quite Hot Wheels, but it's Jada Toys. It's a little model. I've been telling Eddie about it since it was first announced, too. I sadly only found one when I was at Walmart in the Hot Wheels toys section, but if I find another one, I'll get it for him. But Jada Toys, this is the 132nd Hollywood Rides, the scale Jazz, G1 Jazz. I'll let you. But I got a bunch of those. They've done a few, mostly Optimus, but
Yeah. See robot on chassis.
and they're like Back to the Future car, all the cool cars. But it's neat that
Did you ever get the Nemesis Prime?
the big one. Yep,
Yeah.
I did find that at a toy show somewhere. But just neat. You just that Porsche license has been hard to get for so many years. There's like
Really?
there hasn't been a masterpiece Jazz because they can't get the license. Jazz hasn't been a Porsche since then because Hasbro and Porsche haven't been able to get together. But only recently with the with the Rise of the Beast movie,
Right.
were they able to finally get Porsche license back on stuff. So they're doing a little more of the old Jazz stuff. Oh, speaking of the movie, man, these segues.
So many movies.
Look at this new bling bling I'm going to start wearing around my chest on
You
a
should.
chain.
You
And
should wear
Flavor.
that's right.
Yeah, boy.
I mean, it's not dumb, but it's, but like I love it.
If you have to say that.
Well, I know, but like we all see what it is and know what it is. It's a Matrix of Leadership from Transformers 1. It's just a little statue. The Matrix can be removed from the base and held aloft, summoning
Okay, that's dumb.
all the power. Right. So it's awesome. And it's neat that I have my own Matrix now. So
And if you see another one.
yep, they're at Walmart right now, not in the toy section, but in the video game section.
okay.
And then not
The part I never go to.
in the video game section, kind of up. There's a little niche part where there's like a little subsection of like
yeah.
Stranger Things stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
That's where this is found.
so near the aisle, right?
Yes,
area.
yeah.
Instead of back by
Not
the
to
TVs.
the back, but closer to
Yeah.
the front,
At
the
least
bin
this
of
one.
movies and stuff.
Right. I mean, you could definitely put a chain on that.
I know. So cool though, and it's not just lame. There's decent detail in there. I mean, just
It's
looking
not
at
just
it now.
lame. It's dumb.
I've had it packed up for a minute, so I haven't really looked at
Does
it.
it
But
actually light up?
Elgin's reading fast.
It contains one.
No, I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think it does.
Just because it's a painted blue center thing.
Yeah.
But,
I'm not-
but customize it.
Also,
Sure
age
could.
is 13 and above. So,
Oh, yep.
Ethan, I'm sorry. You
Aw.
can't play with this.
And then lastly, one more thing.
Can I open it? Or?
Nope, I haven't decided yet.
But you're gonna wear it, so
I know when it's time.
okay.
When Unicron comes.
You could put a light
to
in
take
it.
us all
an
on.
LED light in it, probably. Just drill the back of it out, and
I'll light our darkest hour.
yes.
You just turn one of those things into a button.
I know. So YOLO Park is a new company on the scene making model kits, really neat ones, mostly just snap-in model kits.
Cool.
I've gotten a little mini one before, but then this AMK Pro version with die-cast Starscream came up on pre-sale, and there was like a free gift that you got with it. I'll show you too. And I was like, wow, Starscream. I had a good week. I'm getting it.
So how much is he, or was he?
He's only here. Before I say that, he is almost to scale with the $300 masterpiece.
Yeah.
So he's
that size.
The masterpiece is like just half a head taller.
Same size as those guys? The masterpiece.
The new masterpiece, I think, is different than that.
Well, yeah, but
so $300 masterpiece,
sure.
And so this guy standing next to them to the masterpiece, he might look better. And when you pass this around, you'll see this is the way it came. He's got a very worn look, a battle worn look, not like with extra paint, but like peeled away paint. You'll see 2 or 3 layers of paint on a lot of the joints. You'll see kind of rust in the grooves on some. The detail is insane.
Yeah.
He was only $50.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Came with blast effects. It came with the stand. I've never really played with a stand before. He's got.
But he doesn't transform.
He doesn't transform. He is just a model kit, but his articulation. His articulation is insane. Double jointed knees, elbows, shoulders. It does all the things. It's got 3 different faces, and there's finger articulation. It's just wonderful. It's still fun to play with, even though he doesn't transform, it's still fun to play with on your desk.
Did you get the Flame Toys Starscream?
No, that's real model stuff where you're with your little snippers and you got 8,000 parts to put together.
But they're still like snap together parts. There's like no glue.
That's why I like these.
I have this Starscream. I haven't put that one together though.
Yeah.
Do you have this one? Or do you have a
No,
different one? The other one?
Flame Toys one. I have the Optimus Prime together.
I have the Skywarp version. I've done the Skywarp version.
Yeah.
I haven't done the Starscream yet.
Yeah,
And that's 2 hours for me.
Yeah.
This was like a half an hour. I did a live putting it together, and it wasn't so bad, but it really was just snapped together. There's a good amount. It's not all die cast, but there's die cast parts in there, and it's just awesome. And the whole line's awesome. They're doing classic ones. They're doing from the movie. They did Rise of the Beast. They did Transformers 1. They're doing more and more every day. The company's growing. It was just little 6-inch little easy ones, but now it just keeps getting more awesome. But anyway, that's what I got. That's what I have.
So what came with it?
Oh, this little I haven't opened it, and I don't know if I will, but so this figure pops out. There's a little base that it would stand in. This little label would stand in there too, so it would just be a little him figure with a little.
Okay.
But it's a thick little piece of acrylic, but a neat little thing, that Starscream thing. So I love it. And I've never. It made me want to kind of get more stands because I had fun playing with the stand. And
it looks like there's more that can connect to it.
That too. Yep. The other figures. They will connect, and so you can do some more battle,
like back to back,
or fight scenes, and yep.
Interesting. Does this articulate?
It does. Up and down, it turns. It does all the things. It's still just plastic, so it's.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's. Yeah. So I really loved it, and I don't want to get any more. I just want my Starscreams, but
sure.
I recommend it. I like them.
Fun fact: he can't flip you off.
That's because are the 3 together.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But he can do that. Okay.
Over there.
Turn this. Okay.
All right, Karma. Toy Karma.
Toy Karma.
Yeah, righting some wrongs. It's we're getting close to the Christmas season, the holiday season. We'll watch A Christmas Story. We'll watch all those movies of good values. And
I usually watch the Claymation Christmas. If you've never seen that,
I don't think I have.
watch it.
Okay.
It's claymation,
Okay.
and it's hosted by a T-Rex and a Triceratops.
Oh, I'm in.
And then they're the two hosts there, and they go through other claymation vignettes, everything like that.
Cool.
Songs but if you love claymation from the '90s, then you'll love this.
All right, then.
I'm more about wronging rights.
No. This one's easy, though. I know we got a story that we can tell about helping someone else. Our pal Justin Beam, he had a couple years ago, he just sent me a picture of a Transformer out of the blue. And I'm like, that's cool. And he's like, that's mine. And I'm like, what? Awesome. Next week, a couple weeks later, a month later, another picture. And I'm like, Justin? And he's like, I love your guys' show. It's really enabling me to buy toys. I'm like, ah. And Transformers specifically, too. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Because I love that. And so just talking with him and hanging out with him, he's like, man, there's one toy I always wanted. And I look him up, and it's just too expensive now. It's a G1 Devastator, the green machine bad guy combiner, and
Josh is looking
everybody.
for him.
He's like, yeah, I've looked him up a lot, and I want the original. And I'm like, because there's other ways to get a Devastator, and some maybe affordably. But he's like, nah, I want what I always wanted as a kid. I didn't even have as a kid. I need this to just fill that hole.
Yeah, there's knockoffs and stuff you can get for cheap.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I'm like, all right, Justin, let me see what Spooty and I can do. Saying that, knowing that I've got, 5 or 6 of the little dudes extra than the Devastator I have. I know Spooty's probably collected a bunch over extra ones too. So we're like, let's see what we got and let's start putting it together. And so we built what we can, and we still needed some more parts. And Spooty, the master of eBay, spent a lot. I mean, any excuse to get on eBay. I don't think he was mad about it, but he's like, all right. And so
I'm already there anyway.
Right, so. Exactly. And I think we had fun just tracking down those missing pieces.
But it was still under $30.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Sure. That's pretty good.
I mean, that was a couple parts though.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But for a whole Devastator,
yeah,
it wasn't too bad.
It was pretty cheap.
And then we wrapped it up and gave it to him. How did we do that? Was it for his birthday or something, or Christmas or something? I can't remember. I thought we boxed it all up and presented it to him somewhere somehow. That part I'm not remembering.
Was it at the drive-in?
Oh, it might have been his drive-in show
up north.
Yep,
wherever that was.
Yeah, that was probably it.
Yeah,
but just seeing his face, man. I mean, he knew we were working on it. I think but just when he opened that box and got to play with it, and I just then for weeks and weeks after that, he'd send pictures of his Devastator. It felt so good to help somebody fill that void that they've had since they were a kid, and felt really good.
I do have a story of a while back, before I really started getting into collecting Ninja Turtles stuff, and before all the reissue stuff, I was with Amanda. We were out at, I think, Mount Pleasant or something, at one of the antique shops, and just looking through toys like normal. And I found I was like, a lot of stuff was incomplete, like usually is bagged up loose. Yeah. Ended up finding one that was complete and for a decent price. I'm like, I'll just get this. Why not? I have other vintage ones anyway. Just throw it with the rest of those, Not really even thinking about it. Mainly thinking that it was complete, which is, that's a win in itself.
Yeah.
With the accessories and everything, that vintage figures, it's like they charge so much for that. So I was like, okay, I just bought that and then put it with the rest of them in a drawer at the time. Didn't even think about it anyway. A few years go by, and as we're doing the podcast more and more, and getting more people talking about toys with us, one of our now Patreons, Bill Fisher, was at Halloween Palooza and was talking with us, and then ended up just saying, once he became a fan of the show as well, that, talking about his love of a figure, a turtle figure from his past when he was a kid called Triceratron, which was the dinosaur Triceratops.
Cool.
And that he had one as a kid, and it was long gone, and all this stuff. And I think he posted about it on Facebook as well. Yeah. And I was like, I think I have that. It was that figure that I had, that I bought a few years before. And I was like, well, if this will make him happier, it's like, I wasn't attached to it.
Meant way more for him.
Yeah, it wasn't anything that was attached. I bought it because it was complete and vintage, and it wasn't anything nostalgic for me as a kid that I had or anything. And so I was like, oh, he's going to be up here for, I think in Burlington or something. He ended up not coming to the Burlington thing. So I'm like, okay, just send me your address and I'll ship you this surprise. I didn't even tell him what it was.
Oh, he didn't know.
He had no idea. I'm like, but you have to do a video of like when you do it. Then, and I think he ended up not. Well, he did a video, but it didn't like upload fully or something. Like only the partial of it. And they sent that to me. But
Bill's normally so good with technology.
But he ended up getting it, and then all of his messages to me were just like, "You son of a bitch." I'm trying to see if I can try to find him, but yeah, he was super excited about it, and then was even in the video he was like, going on the partial one that he ended up sending me of like, he's like, I had to stop because I was like crying, and it was just like, I was just like, I mean, to me that was like made it so much better. It's like it's in better hands than it would be in mine to own, and to have him have that is awesome. That he actually has a vintage one, and it's complete, and it was something from his childhood and everything.
Love it.
See if I can try to find, maybe scroll through the if I can look him up here.
Do you have any like things that got away early or from childhood that you remember that you?
I mean, I'm still trying to financially recover from not getting in on the War for Cybertron when it first started.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah. I mean, there's some from childhood that like I'm still working on, like finding the pieces for the command center for the GoBots, because I know we used to have it, and I ended up getting another shell for it. I think I actually just kicked it over here, but like the individual pieces or complete one is like so expensive. And then there was just recompleting the Rekgar. Like I got the body, but like missing the tire and the weapons and all that stuff, which just never finding a decent price for.
Oh, he's like, apparently the video is too big to send an email to you.
Upload it.
Bill, YouTube, unlisted. That's great, and it's perfect because Bill deserves that good thing. That's because he's always supporting everyone else, and
he got his T-shirts.
He did. He got his freaking T-shirts. Well, I brought something with me that is right or wrong that I righted, and it's kind of Bill's fault too, a little bit. Like, so I think it was 5 years ago, 2019. And if it wasn't that, it was 2014, 10 years ago. But there was an anniversary of Voltron that came out. And I don't have great memories of anything, but I have vivid memories of standing in Walmart or Target or wherever, Kmart, wherever I was, when this reissue of the big metal Voltron tigers came out, Lions, excuse me. Don't at me. And I remember holding these boxes in my hand, and I'm just like, and this was, I was back into Transformers a little bit, toys. I was a full adult, obviously, but I was just like, I don't know. And I knew that, like, this was special. Like, it had been on 20, that would have been 30 years or 35 years ago, and it's now the 40th anniversary of Voltron. But so I'm like, this is special. This is a big deal. This is a toy I always wanted. I don't know if that we had them or not, but also, like, it's a combiner, so like I still have attachment to it. And I remember holding those boxes in my hand. I'm being like, if I don't do it now, these aren't. I'm like, maybe next time. And then, they'd be there the next time. And I'd look again and just be like, man, I really, really, really want these. And then they were just gone. And I don't know that they made them in a set. I only had ever seen them individually. Mm-hmm. And turtle-wise, if you can't get them all, or once you start trying to, and I'd already waited too long, so I'm like, it's going to be even harder to try to piece them together. And I was just like, dang it, I lost it. It was gone. And then once the podcast started and we'd start going to shows, I'd see them at shows, all not individually. It was just, here's all of them for like $1 million.
Sure.
And I'm like, well, I could have had that. Or our friend Turnip, he'd picked those up then, and I knew he had it, and I would see it at his house, but I'd be like, oh, man. And it's not that I'm even the biggest, but again, I just wanted them, and then I loved it, and then it happened. And I don't know, it was a late night, and so, again, here's my pitch for, go to patreon.com/Cracktastic Plastic. The $5 tier, the tier, you can be in a chat with us and all the other patrons. And what it is amazing about it is, I mean, giving each other shit all the time, that's great, but we're also enabling each other. We're also sharing things. Elgin yesterday was just like, hey, there's a sale, flash sale at Target, whatever.
Yeah.
Or Mattel Creations, like, yes, here's this, or don't forget this. Turnip's been like, they just
pre-orders for stuff. And
stuff, and like, we're helping each other stay on top of things we like.
It's sold out here. Go here instead. Go to Amazon.
Save my butt. I don't know how many times.
There, it's that type of thing.
And it was some late night. It was late for me even, I thought. And just as I'm scrolling through toy stuff, it pops up that the black one's the main one, right?
Yeah.
I saw the Black Lion was for sale at Target. And I'm like, what? Huh? And it's basically a reissue of that reissue from 5 or 10 years ago. I don't remember. But I was like, oh, shit. And I posted it in the chat because I knew at that point that Bill was a Voltron guy.
Yeah.
He'd been the most vocal probably about Voltron.
Yeah. I watched it as a kid a lot. I mean, I had a tape that my mom taped off the TV. It was all in one tape was Voltron, Master of the Universe, and Thundercats.
Just loop.
Yeah,
just rewind it, do it again.
An 8-hour tape
do it again.
Of random episodes of all 3 series.
Heck yes. And a couple years ago, the new Netflix series of Voltron.
Yeah, that's right.
Freaking amazing. Yeah. I watched it. It's so good. So it's late. I post this. Hey, this is on sale at Target. I was like, do I start? I go through it all again on my phone, not holding it in my hands, but it all comes back. I'm like, is this a second chance? Anyway, I posted in the chat. Of course, Bill's still up. He's like, oh my God, what?
He doesn't sleep.
And I swear, it feels like it was the next day, because I didn't do it that night. The next day or two, Bill's like, fuck it, man, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And it was sold out at Target. And we're like, what? Already? Yeah. It happened fast. I don't know.
Those pre-orders at Target sell out fast, seems like. Even for Motu stuff.
So we're like, oh no. And then Bill starts, he's calling every Walmart. He's like, hey, somebody get me this over here. And then they start releasing the other individual lines. And we're like, okay, it's really happening. And I'm like, What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Oh my God,
Do I try to get each one?
do I start that? And then it wasn't too long. They announced they were going to do the set. And I'm like, okay.
Well, that's no-brainer.
I can sit on it's going live at this time. I'll get it. Like I will make sure to get it. And BBTS put it up, snagged it. It took a while. It's been a while since that baby went on pre-order, but
I'm still waiting for
the
bad Toy Store printer stuff.
I know. But anyway, so it just came this week. It's in the biggest box ever. The whole set. It's got a handle on it. It's so big.
Fancy.
The 40th. So it's really just a re-release of that last one. So it's kind of the same thing.
Right.
If you have that last set, nothing's different. So if you want to try to lift up that flap, that's where the good stuff is. Because look in there.
Ooh, he is big.
Fancy.
I know, right? It's a neat little setup how they have just all the lions laid out in there.
Yeah.
Gosh, dang. And I know we've all watched some videos of these putting together, just the sounds, the lights and sounds that happen when
Oh my God.
I got it. You can see there. When you put when you put an arm in it, it like says, "Oh, green." Yeah.
Goes,
And it says green or whatever. It recognizes what it is, and it's just so big. And I mean,
he does the sword.
yep,
Does
it
come with
does.
750 weapons, like the.
So yeah, 16 inches tall. Oh my God, 60 plus phrases and sounds, sound effects, lights and sounds. So I did it.
Yay!
So how much was it?
Wasn't bad. It was like 109
Okay, yeah, that's not
because it was
something that big.
35 for the main, 25 for the arms.
Yeah,
So it was cheaper than individual.
yeah, that's not
Maybe it was
terrible.
30 and 25.
Well, I found it.
So-
I had to scroll all the way back. So I think Bill's birthday is in January. I think it's January 23rd, which is the same as my wife's.
Oh. Mine's the second. Anyway, go on.
Anyway, he did send 2 videos, and then so I sent him like pictures of the package when I was getting ready to send it to. And so then he's like, super pumped to get it. Then he says, "You beautiful son of a gun, my own Triceratron. Thank you so damn much."
Aww.
So do we need to put that up on YouTube?
I
Need
don't
to
know.
get
Well,
Bill
one of
to-
the videos doesn't play because it's like 10 seconds long because he did something to it. But
Goofed up, but
I don't remember if the other one plays at all.
yeah, we'll see if he
Yeah.
still has those or
It's
Or
I don't-
what,
I don't
but-
know if it's gonna work.
but yeah.
Anyway.
Do you guys have any stories of wrongs you righted
Other than that one,
for yourself, not
myself.
for someone else?
The only thing I can really think of is getting the Eternia playset.
Oh,
Because at the time it came out, I didn't really have the money for it because it was so late in the year that it was coming out and it was expensive. It was
Yep.
$600+ but a coworker, there's an episode, I think it's episode 80
yeah.
on the podcast where we talk about Eternia Towers and all that playset. But yeah, my coworker ended up spotting me the money, and I ended up paying it back at the first of the year, which I knew I was going to have money at that time, but just didn't have it at this time. And so yeah, I was very much grateful to was able to get that and not have to like try to buy it on the secondary market and
But having this impossible to
Yeah.
have vintage toy
yeah.
that you knew you would never have.
Yeah, it's something that even trying to get a vintage one seems impossible. Like to
Really?
get all the pieces not broken and not missing anything, and it seems impossible to do. I know I've seen people. I mean, Pixel Dan's done it
Yeah.
and stuff, but I think he has more resources to do that than I do.
Then Mattel came around and said, "Let's make these little boys' dreams
Yeah.
come true."
Let's do it at a horrible price.
Well, no, it's a fair
It's-
price. today.
It's an okay price. It's not fair.
Still a little pricey.
It is. It should have been probably $200.
Oh,
less than what
it's so detailed.
it is. It's
But we're not
very
talking
detailed.
price
Anyway,
today.
Yeah.
We're
But yeah, I
talking
was glad that,
dreams.
so he was able to right that wrong of not getting it, I guess.
Oh, I know.
Because I was super bummed. Like, when I was like, I want it, but I can't get it. Like, I know I can't.
Knowing you have to let it
Like,
go.
the finality of, like, I don't think I can even get this. Like, there's no way I could swing it.
And there's a window on that.
It's very, it was like, and you had to order
Crowdfunded.
crowdfunding, and you had to get within the first 2 weeks if you want this figure, which they ended up giving to everybody. Which
Clock's
is
ticking.
still annoying. But yeah, you could, I had to get this early bird figure and all the stuff, and that was never going to be produced anywhere else. And it's like so many things of like, it's like almost instant regret
So
of like
sad.
not getting it. But I have it, so that's
Yay.
good. And it's in the backdrop of all my videos.
Heck yeah. I'm getting my
Get
mileage
money's
out of
worth
it.
out of it. But yeah,
Pretty much everything that I bring on here is stuff that like
that you write it.
I mean, I still buy new stuff, but like usually once I get it, like you've already had it on the show, so
Yeah.
so I just don't show it again. So
Right.
I usually get most of that stuff, but yeah, like almost everything that I bring is stuff
A
that
new thing.
yeah, it's stuff that I didn't get before.
Awesome.
So
Yeah, and I mean, I could kind of say the same continuation of with Origins and with any of the toy lines. It's like a lot of stuff I didn't have, especially the Mattel Creations figures that come out, the exclusive stuff. It's like I have to almost get that to, right any wrongs that might be for.
But
for
I'll
thinking
tell you,
better.
man, I love enabling other people. I
Yes,
mean,
it's
right
pretty
when,
awesome.
as soon as we figured out we started liking toys, I remember Corey first voiced he always wanted this Sky Striker.
Sure.
And I'm like, oh yeah? Getting you that for Christmas. As soon as he said it, I'm getting you that for Christmas. And I think that jump-started a lot of stuff for him. And anytime anybody, all my friends, even like Tiffany now, she's like, she just made some comment recently like, oh, I had so many Polly Pockets. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, well, I better probably, now that you're listening, I'm sorry, I have to get you one or not get you one now. But just anytime anyone mentions
there's
anything,
like 700 of them.
Yeah, there's
I
a
know.
gajillion of them.
but I'm always
used to have a
listening.
bunch of those.
It's so fun to just bring this toy joy to other people, and
Yeah.
I sure do love it.
Yeah, definitely. Bill has been very much enabled, especially after I give him that Triceratron. Then he's all like, "Hey, I need to look at Transformer Land and look at all these things and blah, blah, blah." And then with Voltron and with like Turtles of Grayskull as well. Is that a lot of
And, like,
figures?
the first one, and like there's a lot of shit,
Yeah,
and it's not terribly priced.
that's good to know.
So not a big Polly Pocket market apparently.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, just enabling him has been fun to see
Yeah.
and watch. Like, I guess I don't need my 401k anymore.
But also just want to get that point across. It's not
Just
always
get a
about you,
401k.
karma.
Yeah,
You know,
about helping others.
give if you want to get. You know, it's important to give too. So, All right, well, let's take a quick break. We're going to hear from this nice lady about our podcast network that we belong to. That's right, the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, the PFPN, home
That was
of
cool.
the PFPN. That's the cool kids on the
I
street.
thought they say
No, they don't pronounce it. They
Oh.
say the letters. Anyway, here's this.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.pfpn.net. thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
All right, we're back, and now here's how Jenny's going to take us on a store tour.
Beep beep. All right, we're here. We made it to our destination.
Yay.
That destination is the Toy Addict. Ooh. That's right. It's 6412 U.S. Highway 301 South in Riverview. That's in Hillsborough County, Florida. That's right. Hillsborough County.
Addict as in like junkie?
Yep.
Or attic as in place you
The
store
first
stuff?
one.
Okay.
ADDICT. Addict. It's a large store. How large, you said? It's over 5,000 square feet.
What?
That's right. That's a large. It's a lot of feet
That's a
that
big
are square.
number.
That specializes in Transformers, but also classic lines like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Masters of the Universe, MASK, which stands for
Mobile Armored Strike Command.
I was almost going to say that, and G.I. Joe, which stands for G.I. Joe. General issue. It's located 12 miles southeast of Tampa, and it's actually a suburb of Tampa in Florida.
So never go in there.
So,
Oh, come on. These don't specialize in
Sounds
transport.
like a cool store.
yeah, home of hurricanes. It's also the home of the International Independent Showman's Museum, which has over 52,000 square feet of American carnival and traveling show history, including one of the very first Ferris wheels in the country. Yes, Josh?
This is kind of dark, but are we sure that the store is still there?
You mean
Yeah,
it got wiped
they-
away by every hurricane
All
that
the
went there
ones we
this year?
talked about are.
Yeah.
It's probably still there at 6412 U.S. Highway 301 South in Riverview. That's also in Hillsborough County, Florida. That's the Toy Addict.
All right. Thank you, Elgin. And now we're going to hear from you guys at Spoonie with Talking Toys.
Well, after scouring the interwebs, the comment of the month, week, day, the one I picked, whatever, comes from I don't even remember which platform this is on now, but it comes from Colin Bunn. He says, absolutely, when I was a kid on my birthday, I wanted to get the 4-reel Ghostbusters figures. Been looking at the Argus toy catalog for weeks prior to the day, UK store. Got to the store and the Bloomin' sold out.
Oh.
Bloomin' sold out. That's
Because he's
really
British.
sold
yeah,
out.
he's British, yeah. As a kid, didn't even occur to me they would be sold out at the store anyway. Ended up buying the Tommy White Binocular electronic game you mentioned on the show once.
Yeah, the one.
Oh,
Oh, the glove.
yeah.
Yeah. 3D type
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
is it Tommy?
Tommy.
Tommy.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know if it was the same company. Where was I? Ever since that day, I was so gutted I never got them. I got them about 5 years ago, all boxed away at Min, but I righted that wrong. It always stayed with me over the years. But back then we were poor, so only birthdays and Christmas I got toys, so I wasn't leaving the store until I bought something anyway. All was well in the end. Got them 5 years ago.
Nice.
Oh, man. Learning that what sold out means the first time.
I know. It's devastating.
And he's right, though. Like, you get one trip to the store. The thing you want's not there. You have to pick something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
As
sad.
a kid
I mean,
being poor, you have, your few dollars,
yeah.
clutched in your grubby hand, and you're like, I have them here.
I got to get something.
Yeah.
I ain't going home empty-handed.
Yeah.
Sad. But I'm so happy for you, Colin, that you got them. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, before we go today, I definitely want to give you a quick little reminder. If you want to help out the show, it's easy. Just tell a friend. That's free. It's easy.
That is free.
Yep. And
First, make friends.
Oh,
Then tell them.
that's-
step one.
that's not free, though.
we're a few steps in.
Yeah.
And maybe these friends have Apple Podcasts. You can go leave a 5-star review there.
Are they
Also
rich
helpful.
friends?
And if you have rich friends, send them over to patreon.com/Cracktastic Plastic. Really help out the show. There's some tiers over there. Choose which one's best suits you and get into the fun. We also, on YouTube, you can become a channel member for only 99 cents a month. You get cool icons next to your name. You
Sweet
get
emojis.
different colors. Yeah, exclusive emojis and shout-outs on all the live streams and everything.
You can give us more money on Super Chats.
You can, yeah. Someday someone's going to do that. It's going to be awesome.
They're gonna do like, it'd be like $20, and you're just gonna freak out. Like,
I
what?
know.
$20.
But yes, and one of the awesome. So with one of the perks on Patreon is you get a shout out on the show. Every show at the end we'll say your name.
And then yell. That's not what it means.
I
No,
think we yell their name, right?
nope,
Oh.
nope. No exclamations here. We're just gonna.
And is it a shout?
We're just gonna. Oh, it does say shout out.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. Tony Miller. So these are our awesome patrons.
It's like you could do it like SNL used to do for the hearing impaired.
Okay. Tony Miller,
Tony Miller,
Chris Turnip Simmons,
Chris Turnip Simmons,
Alex LaForest,
Alex LaForce,
Bill Fisher,
Bill Fisher,
Michelle Pazzulo,
Michelle Pazzulo,
and our brand new awesome patron, Colin Bunn.
Colin Butt.
Thank you guys so much for being patrons. We love you so much. You really help out the show, and it's just so great to talk toys with everybody. Well, that's all I got, guys.
That's all I also have.
All right. Well, let's go right some more wrongs.
Or wrong. The
No,
rights.
that sounds terrible. Right some wrong.
Wrong the rights. See you later.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. But not so fast, my foul fiends. Don't forget to follow these fools on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And visit cracktasticplastic.com. I'll be back.